The word says, "For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him." If I haven't learned anything for the year so far, is to take God at his word. And I encourage you to, as you're walking with God, agree with the word of God. I know there's so many things that is happening around us, but I don't know where you are in your walk with him. But I would hope by now God has proven himself to you over and over. I would hope by now that you have come to see that he's trustworthy, he's faithful, and he's good. And by that I mean his word. He is a promise keeper. When he says, "For the word of God is living and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the division of soul and spirit and of joints and marrow. It is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." Believe the word of God. Agree with the word of God. The word says, "Walk in the spirit and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Agree with the word of God. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. Agree with the word of God. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. We need to agree with the word of God and take God at his word. His word says, "You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with shouts of deliverance. Many of the sorrows of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds the one who trusts in the Lord." Can you agree with the word of God today? The word of God also says, "Behold, you delight in truth in the inward being, and you teach me wisdom in the secret heart." I agree with the word of God today. Lord says to hide your face from my sins. The word says, "Hide your face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me." Also said, "The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, and a broken and contrite heart God will not despise." Would you trust God at his word today? Would you put your entire faith in him, knowing that he's the only consistent thing in this world? I pray that as you end the year and start a new year, that you will put God in his rightful place, that he will be first in all areas of your life, that his word will stand for something, that he shall no longer be mocked, because he's a holy God, and we can't have one foot in and one foot out. And not because a celebrity or influencer says his name doesn't mean that they know him. You got to know him for yourself. You got to believe in his word. You got to trust what his word says. One of the verses says, "For every beast of the forest is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills." This is the word of God in Psalm 50. It says, "I know all the birds of the hills, and all that moves in the field is his." This is the Creator is speaking here. "If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the word and its fullness are mine." Everything belongs to him, including us. I pray that as we continue to grow with him, you will realize how much we are created in his image, and we cannot deviate from that template. Because when we deviate from that template of him, that's where we have trouble.